to raise as much money as possible for the Napa Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund. Come to Broadcast Central. Field is doubled up and crossed over. Lights from Wheelan Engineering are flashing atop the pace car. Look for those lights to be turned off. At Race Central, Director of Race Operations Tom Fox and Scott Tapley are there looking over to keep the playing field fair. On the starter stand, Chris Scambato and Mike Helberg, as we're ready, moments away from getting to go green here on Napa Fall Final Sunday. There is the clenched white flag in the air, an indication telling him to tighten it up. He addresses the men in the front row, stares them down, and gives them the evil eye, Matt. It is showtime here at Stafford, and throughout this season, the banner that we're auctioning off says, "Welcome to the show." And ladies and gentlemen, all of you here tonight, we welcome and thank you for being so supportive. We have worked our hearts out as a team. The competitors, everybody involved, the Farut family, NASCAR, and everybody to put on this show for you. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Auto Racing, Matt Buckler, will bring the field to green for the first feature of Napa Fall Final Sunday.
Wayne Curry on the outside of the front row will have to deal with the hammer, Rich Hammond, as they will cross the line almost simultaneously, but Hammond will beat everybody into the second corner.
While that's happening, Marquise goes down through the center of the infield with car number 55. Down the back straightaway, side-by-side racing at the point, Rich Hammond and Wayne Corey Jr. All of a sudden, Matt, you called it, the color green looks racy, and it is car number 4 for Butler, who quickly darts to the outside, moves into the top 5.
And also an early factor, Joel Monahan in car number 03, as he tries to torpedo his way underneath Corey, is having a very difficult time competing the move. And also in the mix is Michael Ray in car number 42.
Ray is a man possessed to get to the front. Every position means points. He not only would like to secure the title, but at least move closer in the final point chase. Side-by-side racing, the battle for second. Ray takes a dip to the inside, comes off the turn like a rocket. Here comes Tom Fern. He's got some giddy up. Car number 92 is coming forward. He'll follow Butler off turn 4.
Josh Wood making a good move to pick up a position. So here comes Ray trying to dive bomb his way underneath Corey, and he is ready to excavate his way into second, and now he'll be going after the hammer, Rich Hammond.
Joe Monahan gets a little crossed up coming off that second turn. He drops back 3 positions. Bid for the lead, black and orange. Head off the turn. Car 42 by inches at the line. It is still Hammond in timing and scoring, but for how long? Here comes Wayne Corey Jr., car number 10. It makes its presence known. Butler is up to 4. Here comes Tom Fern. Challenge for second, Matt.
And it is Corey trying to stick his nostrils underneath Hammond's car. They rampage off the corner. It's Wayne Corey in second, and there is room underneath Hammond for Tommy Butler.
No question about it. Butler still looks racy, like days of old. He moves into the 3rd spot. Here comes Fern. Slipped up the racetrack just a bit. He now moves into the 4th position. Meanwhile, Hammond drops back to 5. Here comes Josh Wood. Gambacorta is there as they start to work their magic and head to the front. 6 of 30 laps now down.
Well, Josh Wood's car is hooked up to go on the inside as he is able to whiplash his way underneath Hammond. So a good move by Wood to infiltrate the top 5. Tommy Fern looks like he is pretty quick today, but he has only picked up 1 position since the start of the race.
They're side-by-side racing a little further back, Matt. All of a sudden, the car that was running up front, Hammond, is slip-sliding towards the back of the field. Gambacorta now moves in, takes over
Contact
6th
between
spot.
Corey and Hammond.
They come together, and now Hammond's car drifts up the racetrack. Here comes Glenn Reen. Here comes the Magnum, Michael Bennett. They almost come together as they come off turn 4.
And Butler is able to get underneath Corey. So Tommy Butler is in second. And look at Tommy Fern as he tries to rabble-rouse his way underneath Corey, and he is able to do it.
The tail that wags the dog there is Josh Wood with car number 17. Wood goes to the inside, picks up a spot. Gambacorta stays right there with him as Wayne Corey's car seems to, well, literally slow just a bit. Down the back straightaway, caution is out. Scott Cook's machine, car number 27, underneath the Hoosier Marcus Communication.
Aggression, so to speak, to get up to the front and try to win this championship.
So I just told them what we saw coming out on the track. The outside was a little lighter than the inside. And I told him during hot laps just to check and make sure that outside group was good or as good as he could go so he'd be comfortable on the start.
Well, they're getting ready to go back under the green flag, but I'm sure you've seen it from your perspective, guys. But Michael Ray not leaving anything out on the table here tonight. He wants to do everything he can to take home the championship.
Joe, what you should know, he turned the fastest lap of the race. It didn't come on lap 1. It came on lap number 9, believe it or not. Matt, you called it. Butler with that number 4 car was going to be a factor. Lap on the scoreboard, 9 laps is the correct number of laps completed of 30. Matt, here they come.
This is going to be a very interesting restart as Butler tries to hang with Michael Ray. And Ray, like a laser beam, moves back in front. And Butler is content to be perched on his back bumper.
No question about it. He settles in. Tom Fern's up to the 3rd spot. And Josh Wood's in position number 4. Gambacorta is coming into the top 5.
Around
comes
goes
together
Reen.
with Reen. And Reen will tag the wall to the top side of the racetrack underneath the Napa Auto Parts billboard between turns 3 and 4. And you can see the damage done to the nose of that race car as he and Bennett Fern contending for the title. Josh Wood. Row number 3, Wayne Corey and Gambacorta. Row number 4, it will be the number 52 of Mike Mordino and Michael Bennett, the Magnum. Then it'll be Monahan behind him with the number 03 car. And alongside of Monahan, we believe it will be, looks like the Rich Hammond machine will be starting next there. Matt Buckler, here they come. Wheeling Engineering lights are off. They're underneath the Napa Towers here at Stafford. There is the green.
And it is a showdown between Ray and Butler. And once again, Michael Ray wins the battle.
Look at Wayne Corey. He needed a little cool down on those tires, Matt, because all of a sudden he's going like Jack the Bear down the back straightaway. Fern took a peek at the inside, but it was Butler who went just a little bit higher to the outside groove. Off the turn, down into 1. It is still Butler, but he's got a tough job of holding off Tom Fern. Fern's found an opening, Matt. Turn 2.
And he is trying to turbo his way underneath Turbo Tom. They are even heading into turn 3, but by the time they leave the corner, it is Tom Fern with a slight advantage.
Slight advantage becomes a huge advantage as they work their magic to the bottom of turn number 1. It is still Fern into 2nd. Here comes Corey. Here comes Wood. All of a sudden, Gambacorta breaks away, and Michael Bennett battles with Mordino. Monahan is right there as well.
And Michael Ray has a huge, imposing lead over Tommy Fern and the rest of his pals, as that was a time of 21:028 for Michael Ray, the fastest in the field.
Certainly is, and Ray continues to pull away. Meanwhile, look at Wood. He steps out of line, looking for a dancing partner as he makes his magic known. Back off turn number 4, creating, there comes Wood. He's up to the 4th position.
And Wood is all by his lonesome in 4th place, but all by his lonesome in the lead, the DMW graphics car of Michael Ray, as he is leading by the length of the George Washington Bridge over Tommy Fern.
And he is gone in a zip code of his own. Meanwhile, Tom Fern is right there. He knows that's the comfort zone, but Fern is a true racer. He's not just coming here to run for a title. He's coming here to win races. Look at Wood now. Continues to literally tap at the back bumper of the Butler number 4 car. Down the back straightaway, another good battle is going on. Mordino is looking racy. He moves in and tries to contend right there with the Wayne Corey car, but look at Michael Bennett and Joel Monahan.
And here comes Wood as he gets underneath Tommy Butler to move into 3rd. Gambacorta tried to make the same move, but Butler shoved the door. Look at the 17 of Josh Wood going after the 92 of Fern. That is a battle for second place.
Josh Wood had one of those seasons he said he'd like to forget. It was filled with highs and lows as he now is on the podium with car number 17. Gambacorta starts to work over the 4 of Butler. Remember, Gambacorta was out a couple of weeks, and now he returns to the competition. And Matt, I think he looks stronger than ever.
And you know his track record, he usually gets better during the final 10 laps. Right now, he is trying to nose his way underneath Tommy Butler. He's halfway there looking for more.
They come off the turn. They are door handle to door handle. But down the back straightaway, guess what? Butler takes it in just a bit deeper. But Gambacorta, he steps on the gas. They call that forward bite. And Gambacorta will now move up a spot and closer. Kevin Gambacorta sets in 4th. Butler drops back to 5. Wayne Corey is next in the conga line there. Marquez will slow on the backstretch. Off turn number 4, the bullet of the event is Michael Ray. Car 42 is gone up front.
Took the lead early, and now he leads by about the length of Long Island Sound over Tommy Fern. This is a typical Kevin Gambacorta race. He was very quiet in the beginning, and he is getting very rowdy right now.
He continues to do just that. Meanwhile, we look back through the field. We've got some other little mini wars going on. Joel Monahan is also looking very racy. He's come back to like trouble now. Turn number 4. Hammond goes spinning. They come down off the racetrack. Verrecchio is involved, and Hammond will spin like a clock. We are under yellow. Racy. Meanwhile, they reset the field here. Wood is in the second row with Gambacorta. Butler and Corey makes up the third row. Bennett and Monahan, row number 4. Then it is the Chase Cook machine and the number 11 car. That, of course, will be alongside. That is Tyler Leary. Matt?
And don't forget to get your Pit Stopper program. Among the prizes, we are giving away tickets to the Goody 500 in Martinsville, Virginia. So get your Pit Stopper program so you can be eligible.
10 to go as they fire them back up and go green flag racing here at Stafford for the Napa Fall Final late models. Into turn number 1, Ray looks racy, and here comes Josh Wood, the color blue. Bottom of the racetrack, moves to the inside of Tom Fern, makes his magic known as they work their magic as they trundle back to the line.
And Josh Wood has his car hooked up to work the bottom groove. So let's see if he can get close enough to Michael Ray to make things interesting. Fern is in 3rd, then Butler. And now coming out of nowhere is Michael Bennett, and the Magnum is about to infiltrate the top 5.
Well, he has worked his magic, moves into the top 5 in the Mastiff Armory-sponsored car. Meanwhile, back up front, it's still Ray. But the times reflect the story. Last time by, Michael Ray turned to 21.028, and Josh Wood turned to 21.200. So he is closer and is starting to move in. Butler is there. Bennett is up to the 5th spot. Trouble now. Leary gets crossed up from the 99 of Chase Cook, and we have another caution of the event in the late models. So he knows his business, and it's showing here today.
And Jerry Marquis had a lot of pro stock battles with Tommy Fern back in their Riverside Park days. So we talked to Jerry, the Grand Marshal of the Napa Fall Final, and he is quite familiar with Tom Fern and what he is capable of doing.
He certainly is. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. They're telling Hammond to pick up the pace just a bit. This isn't over with yet. 7 circuits remaining. And remember, we talk about this all the time, Matt and I. It isn't just about the title. It's competitor trouble on the backstretch. Hammond's car literally slams the outside wall. Weirdly enough, he came off the turn. Something had to break or a tire had to blow because he stepped on the gas and it suddenly took an evil right and slammed the wall underneath the Sherman-Williams sign about, halfway down the back straightaway here at Stafford. So something definitely broke their match.
The word we got from our spotter, Mark Warnack, is that a tire imploded on that number 28 car. And maybe there is problems with Rich. Hopefully he is okay. As you said, it was a Richter scale type hit on the back wall. And hopefully the hammer is okay.
Understatement. I think he has won titles in the Dares, in the Limiteds. We've seen him compete at other racetracks like Waterford and Monadnock. He has won wherever he's won. He is a double dipper this weekend. He's coming out in the SK Modifieds as well.
Yeah, he'll be in the 01 car in the SKs. Now, Josh Wood, early in the season, the knock on him, he was tough in the beginning of the races, but tailed off at the end. During the second half of the season, I think the opposite is true. His best laps are near the end of the race.
Yes, they are.
So Michael Ray is going to have a handful here to hold off Josh Wood.
Here they come, thundering off turn number 4. 7 laps, 3.5 miles, and counting. Look at Wood. Ray looked like a rocket earlier. Will he have just enough giddy up to get ahead and down the back straightaway? And he does. All of a sudden, Tom Fern sees an opening, and Michael the Bennett, the Magnum, is showing he's not to be left out of this dance as he now moves into the 4th spot, and he's all over Wayne Corey now. Comes back to life. He'll try to make the move on Bennett.
Corey, good on the short runs, is leaning on Bennett as he is on his way to moving into the top 4. Bennett is 5th. And once again, nobody has an answer for Michael Ray.
Michael Ray is in the lead and pulling away as he continues to dominate the racing action up front. 5 laps remaining in this one. Meanwhile, Fern settles back into 2nd. Wood still in the 3rd spot. Now, just as you predicted it, Matt, it appears that Corey's car, the more laps run under green, the car starts to go away just a bit. Gambacorta's also coming to the front, and Bennett is there as a factor as well.
And Joe Monahan trying to make a move as he has perched himself behind the 52 of Mordino. But here comes Michael Ray looking for a big payday, and right now he leads by an 18-wheeler over Tommy Fern.
A good side-by-side racing further back in the field. Gambacorta just pulled off a bottom shot move underneath Michael Bennett. And while that was happening, Joel Monahan moved down underneath Mordino. 27 complete. The countdown continues to a title and the final late model full fender frenzy event of 2016 Napa style from the Stafford Motor Speedway. 2 circuits remaining, 1 mile left, Matt.
Michael Ray trying to win the battle. Tommy Fern is trying to win the war. Ray looking for his 2nd win of the season as he is able to roller coaster his way into turn number 4. And 2nd is a battle, the question mark hovering over Tommy Fern and Josh Wood. 1 lap remaining in the late model season.
Final circuit, the countdown of 2016 is about to go into the record books. Michael Ray leads him into turn number 3 for the final time this season off turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll bring them back to the line. From Northford, Connecticut, Michael Ray will take down the win. Tommy Fern will take down the title to finish in 2nd. Josh Wood will finish in 3rd. Wayne Corey to finish in the decided winner of today.
Michael Ray in Napa Victory Lane. Michael, so strong in the early stages. You dominated this event. You'll win the race, come up a little bit shy in the championship. What a way, though, to end your season.
Yeah, man, I can't even describe it. I was sitting in the back. I was almost ready to go home. I mean, I got to give a shout out to the Stafford crews, man. Did a heck of a job cleaning this track off. Yeah, I mean, the car was hooked. We took it to Jay Stewart a couple weeks ago. He hooked us up good. Dave Miller from Auto Machine, man, he killed the power once again. Torino Services, Kennedy's on site. Everyone helps you out. My boy Kyle, he's been spotting all year. He's done a heck of a job. Before the race, he said he was spotter of the year. I'd have to agree. There's everyone that gets me here.
That's Michael Ray. He has won the Napa Fall Final here tonight in late model competition. Josh Wood came home in 3rd tonight. Josh, recap your season here, finishing it off on the podium.
Yeah, it feels good. First, I want to congratulate Tom Fern for his championship. It's well deserved. We had our ups and downs this year. At least we finished on a high road. We got 2 wins this year. Can't thank my guys enough for all the support and all the help. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully next year brings us some more luck. I want to thank everybody, all our sponsors, Ride On Machine, Flamingo Motorsports, CNS Engineering, Sam's Welding, Jack's Auto Body, all the crew guys, especially my dad, Bobby, Matt, Ernie, Richie, Jordan. They come week in, week out and help us out. And everybody else, all the fans that decided to show up here on a rainy day, shows dedication to them. And of course, Mark, Mark Root, Hoosier Tire, Sunoco Racefields.
Well, Josh, it's been fun to watch you guys race all season long. Good luck in the off-season and a solid third-place finish. The celebration continues on here with Michael Ray in Napa Victory Lane. In a moment, our champion, Tommy Fern, will roll that car into the black and white. We'll have a chance to honor our late model champion.
And while you have a minute, don't forget to purchase a Pit Stopper program because we have our best prizes of the season. One of the prizes, tickets for the Goodies 500 in Martinsville, Virginia. So if you want to do a little traveling to go to Martinsville, we can make it happen for you, as tickets to the Goodies 500 is just one of our prizes today in the lucky numbers. So this is the last time this year we'll play the lucky numbers, so you could be a winner, but the only way you can guarantee that is by purchasing your Pit Stopper program.
Certainly is, and don't forget, we have a high bid, $215 for that banner, the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund from Napa. Let's go down to Joe Koss and the 2016 late model champion here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Joe Koss, a deserving team as well.
Absolutely. We talked about the history of Tommy Fern here at this racetrack. Longtime pro stock competitor, always had a lot of success in full body competition. And, you know, when he made the transition to late models, the cars were just a little bit different. And he said over the past couple of years, the way the rules have changed, it has certainly changed to feel more like a pro stock. He said the way this car handles out on the racetrack, the way it drives. He said more than anything, the chassis came to me. This year, he had 7 wins. Last year, 10 wins. And here he comes. Out of the race car, your 2016 late model champion, Tommy Fern. Tommy, simply a remarkable year. You are now the champion, a long time coming here in this division. How good does it feel to finally knock one off in the late models?
It feels great, man. I'm glad all these fans stayed for the race. Man, it's just been a long year. I guess it's been a long time since I won a championship, but this one makes it even better. I guess a lot of great competition here. Mike Ray there, man, he was with us all year long, and we couldn't make a bad mistake because he would have taken over a point lead. So hey, I got to thank my guys and my crew. My wife, the one race she couldn't be here tonight, but thanks to her. Sean Waddell spotted for me tonight since she wasn't here, but you know, Safeco Foam, King Ward's Coach Lines, Whip Sporting Goods, Sun Valley Fire Equipment, Sarah Ford, all those guys, you know, Guns and Gear, Holly's Auto Repair. You know, I got to take a shout out to some of our smaller sponsors here, you know, Sunoco Racefields, Hoosier Tires, Independent Wheel. You know, it takes a lot to get these cars out here every week on the track, and Joe Ham builds a chassis on this car. Ray Auto Machine does the motor, Donnie, thank you. My father does transmission, Buzzy does the rear end. Man, like I said, it's a whole bunch of people that really help out and to be able to get us here. And, you know, week after week we've been consistent, and it really paid off. And earlier in the year I was told if I finished every lap I should be in contention for the championship, and we finished every lap this year. So it just goes to a great crew that got behind me, and I can't thank them enough. And, you know, Ben Dodge and Matt Buckler up there, their play-by-play is great, so we got to thank them also.
All right, that's Tommy Fern, your 2016 champion of Stafford's late models.
Congratulations goes out to the championship team here at the Stafford Motor Speedway while they continue to take... Salva does not make the grid as well. Remember the story, it's not just we know who the champion is in this class, but it's competitors that want to move up to second, third, fourth, and fifth, finish in the top 10 or the top 15. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Lights are off. Chris Cabato on the starter stand. Watch for that pace car to dive in. Hang on to the edge of your seats. Here's Matt Buckler as we go SK Modified Racing here at Stafford.
The high school student at Wilkin High, Mike Christopher, leading him to the line. And it is quite a battle shaping up between himself and Matty Ice, Matt Galco.
Galco tries the magic in the outside lane. Up on the wheel. We've seen Galco do this number before, Matt, as he continues to march to the front, high, wide, and handsome as he brings it back to the line.
Boy, he was not timid about going to the outside, and he is able to strut into the lead. Second becomes a battle between Mike Christopher and Williams, and now Williams moving up. It is Owen trying to fight for position.
Michael Christopher gives a tap to the bumper, like the days of old, a 1-2 punch. Here comes Todd Owen. Owen had a rocket. Yo, trouble now. Michael Christopher's car got sideways. He gathered it back. 4 cars, 6, 10 cars contending for second. Off to the bottom. Here comes Williams. Down to the inside. Christopher on the outside. Burt becomes a factor here.
And Williams trying to napalm his way into second, and he's going to be able to do it. Mike Christopher drops back to third, and a man on a mission right now, Todd Owen, holding off Eric Burt for the top 4.
Meanwhile, Owen goes up and takes over, running impressively to the outside in a bid for the 4th spot. Owen looks racy. Here comes Burt now to the bottom. Can't do it. Look at Pitcat. He runs to the outside. Here comes Kid Rock and Danny Cates, Ted Christopher, and Rowan Pennick.
And there is a Keith Rocco sighting as he is currently in 7th, trying to pick up a position, and it looks like he is going to be able to infiltrate his way to the top 6 as he gets underneath Woody Pitcat.
Look at Williams, outside, inside. Galco slams the door. Second leader of the event, 5 laps up on the board. Here he comes. Williams had it by inches, but Galco takes it in at a ton, turn 1.
You said changing of the guard. That is reflected in our front row of Williams and Galco. Also, Mike Christopher trying to clothesline his way underneath Galco. The top 3 cars could fit in a jalapeno, and it's Ronnie Williams out in front.
Michael Christopher got his second wind, and it is a good one. He moves down underneath Galco. Owen is not to be doubted in this event. Owen taps to the back bumper. Here comes Burt. Here comes Williams, leading him back to the stripe. 7 laps, make it 8 of 40 now completes.
Todd Owen looking for his second win of the season as he perches himself behind the 82 of Mike Christopher Jr. Burt is 5th, followed by Rocco. Here comes Mike Christopher. He explodes, he erupts, and he will land in 2nd place.
While he's there, Galco continues to dig in on the outside. Meanwhile, look at Todd Owen, the tenacious one. He goes to the bottom as well. He forces Mike Christopher to go or show we've got a trouble. Turn number 1. Red flag situation. Steven Kopsik, if it wasn't for bad luck, he would have no luck at all on this fall final Napa presentation. He was involved in a jingle in qualifying yesterday, had to use a provisional to get into the main event. Phil Moran, because Kopsik is a very talented and focused individual, Kopsik works with the Phil Moran, Doug Colby team on the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour, came to the Kopsik team and helped them.
They feel that one of the decisions that they made that was critical to their winning back-to-back championships was that night when they said, we are going to take this race car that we've had so much success with here on Friday nights, rebuild it and get it back to the racetrack. And when they came back, had a good, strong run inside the top 10, they knew at that point the championship was theirs. All they had to do is execute, and they did that to perfection to be able to come in here on cruise control, knowing already they are the champions this year.
You are right 100%. Let's pick up the volume just a bit, rev things up as they work magic. Oh, all of a sudden now we've got the safety truck. Caution flag is out. Oh boy. Everybody getting a little bit too rambunctious as the family Ford of Enfield Safety Services truck on the front straightaway checking out things, making sure that there was nothing on the racetrack that could create a problem. And now we're going to re-rack the field here.
You know, Tommy Fern is up in the press box talking to the media after wrapping up the track championship. He had a very interesting stat. He finished every lap this year, and I did some quick math. That's 540 laps. Tommy Fern finished all of them, and he led most of them.
That's true.
So that was an incredible run, finishing every lap, and when you can do that, you can win a championship. The 4th year at Stafford for Fern, and the 7th in his career.
Okay. 9 laps. 40 the overall distance. Here they come. Green is out. Picture perfect start, Matt. And Williams has it by inches off turn number 2.
And Mike Christopher has to worry about the presence of Matt Galco underneath him. And he gets by Galco, and now pressuring from behind is tenacious Todd Owen.
Todd Owen looking racy up front. Puts the chrome horn right on the I-beam of Michael Christopher. Galco continues to dig in. Here comes Keith Rocco. Todd Owen has a rocket as he now moves into the 3rd spot. Here comes Galco, not giving up on the inside groove.
They were in their way into the first corner. Keith Rocco was on the inside for the first 9 laps. Has wandered to the outside, and he is on the verge of getting past Galco. Keith Rocco in the top 4.
Also, who's the tail that wags the dog there? Eric Burt, the Bulldog, as he is coming to the front. He puts the car to the outside, throws it in the upper groove, and makes his presence known around Galco. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Michael Christopher. Slingshot move to the inside. Ka-ching, ka-ching, leader number 3, Michael Christopher, and here comes Todd Owen.
Owen switches to the inside where he has momentum as he is able to whiplash his way. By Williams. Here he comes after Christopher going down low and a bid for the lead.
Michael Christopher guards the lead. Owen is all over him like gum on the bottom of your shoe. Owen has come to race and play hard here tonight.
As here is Todd Owen. He is so close to Christopher. He is in his bloodstream as they go into turn number 3. Also there is Keith Rocco. Galco finding a resurgence as he tries to thunder his way back into 4th place.
Todd Owen is trying everything. Peeks at the inside. Pulls it back into line. He can feel the heat of the radiator in the Rocco machine. But he's not giving up. Here comes Ted Christopher. Glenn Reen, the cream, is rising to the top. Here comes Todd Owen. Bonsai move to the inside. They rumble off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Here comes Todd Owen. Bottom shot move, turn number 1.
And will it get Owen the lead? The answer is trouble as Gallup is pummeled by Jarvis. And also in trouble, it looks like the 22 of Bo Gunning. So the 27 car is smoking, and Gallup got together, and that car was walloped.
So Bo Gunning's machine, who started back in 27th, the 44 of Jeff Gallup, started the event in the 22nd starting position.
Gallup has climbed out of his car, and you can see.
Now I'm taking a look at the lap leaders. We have had 3 lead changes in 16 circuits. 1 through 5 was the 3 of Galco. The 59 took the lead 6 through 12, and then it was the 82 on lap number 13 to lead it to 16. Pulling out of line, Ted Christopher, the number 13 machine. We're not sure what that is all about, but he literally pulled out of line, and now he is going back into his correct position, which is 6th on the grid. As we look at timing and scoring, we're looking at it. If that is correct, there might be an adjustment made in that.
Well, he does go to the outside
There we go. There we go. We're good.
So it looks like Ted Christopher is where he should be. and we will be ready to come up to full speed the next time around, and we'll see how Todd Owen handles the outside terrain against Mike Christopher Jr.
Well, get ready. We still got a long way to go. We are 4 laps shy of the halfway marker in this one. We told you it was going to be a scorcher, and we didn't lie at all. Down the back straightaway. Lights are off on the safety vehicle.
Now Matt Galco gets out of line.
Car number 3, the Galco machine. We've received information, possibly a tire going down on the number 3 car of Matt Galco. He heads down on pit road. What a heartbreaker. Here they come. There is the green. Michael Christopher digs in on the bottom. Todd Owen on the outside. Christopher. Here comes Keith Rocco. Rocco moves down low. Power punch to the back bumper of Christopher. Here comes Owen. They come off the turn like gladiators. Down to the stripe. Christopher's still there, Max.
And Rocco trying to get underneath Owen. It is not happening. What a courageous fight by Todd Owen on the outside groove. But Rocco in second. We have trouble with the turn 4. Rowan Panic is in the middle of it.
Rowan Pettick, the champion, is in a melee off turn number 2. Also in the retaining wall on the outside is Josh Wood. And the Panic machine, from our vantage point of taking a look at it, possibly is not that severely damaged. Now we're looking at it, and there is
that he and his team took care of business during the final Friday night of the regular season, wrapping up the championship. So that will lessen the pain of what happened on lap number 17. So Rowan Penick might be out of commission as far as tonight is concerned, but he will be sitting at the head table at the Stafford banquet for the second year in a row.
So let's get ready to see him fire back up again. 17 of 40 laps. Pace car dives down on pit road. Michael Christopher and Todd Owen. Deja vu. We saw it happen off turn number 4 last time. And Christopher is in command. Owen still continues to dig in the upper groove. Down the back straightaway. Christopher and Owen are wheel to wheel like 2 cymbals in an orchestra. The noise is there. They are 3 wide as they come back to the line.
And the driver in the middle, Mike Christopher Jr. On the inside, Owen takes the lead from Keith Rocco.
Todd Owen in a power move that they'll be talking about for many events to come. Moves to the front of the class. Todd Owen is here to race, and he wants to win here at Stafford in the final round.
Boy, it's very rare when the guy on the outside of a 3 wide makes the move, and you just saw Todd Owen pull it off. Rocco pursuing him in second, gets a little body slam from Mike Christopher, and also back in commission is Ronnie Williams in the 59.
They come to the stripe, halfway down and halfway to go. Todd Owen has glued Rocco glued to his back bumper. Turn number 2. Also coming back to the front of the field on the outside, making some noise is Glenn Reen. He's moved to the bottom of the top 7. Back off turn 4. Rocco's tried everything, high, low, then pulls it back into formation. 21 and counting here at Stafford.
Ron Williams is able to dive bomb his way underneath Mike Christopher. He is in third. Now Uncle Ted Christopher trying to get by Mike Christopher. A battle for the lead. The man who has it is Todd Owen, and the man who wants it is Keith Rocco.
Todd Owen continues to run the perfect line with the race car. He is up on the wheel, and he is the guy to beat here tonight at Stafford. Down the back straightaway, Rocco looks to the outside, thinks twice of it. Remember, Rocco's strong point in this racetrack is turn number 3. Todd Owen has studied him, and he knows just that as he brings him back to 1 as your leader.
And it's a barn burner for 3rd and 4th between Mike Christopher and Ron Williams. Ted Christopher is still in the neighborhood in 5th. Glenn Reen has gotten by Woody Pitcat, and he is running a strong 6. Rocco looking to light the fuse underneath Todd Owen.
They come off the turn. Owen is not going to be rattled easily. He works his way to the bottom. Owen still in command. Here comes Rocco. Remember, his power move always takes place in turn 3. If he can get to the inside. Bim, bam, boom. Can't do it. Here comes Owen. Off the turn. Rocco sees daylight. He's sideways, Matt.
And that springs Williams into action as he tries to launch past Rocco. Can't do it. Drops back. Rocco, remember, turn number 3 is his power alley, but he doesn't have any wrong. A masterful job being done by Todd Owen.
Todd Owen continues to set the pace. Here comes Michael Christopher. He's bringing Uncle Ted with him. Ted works magic down low. We just saw Williams look racy a minute ago, but here comes TC and Glenn Reed. Trouble now. Down the back straightaway. Williams and Reen came together. They banged each other and gathered it back. They're all okay somehow in some way as we head back to turn 1.
As Reen went mountain climbing, almost went over the top of Williams, but they recover. Here comes Mike Christopher. He is breathing fire. He gets underneath Keith Rocco, and he is back in second place.
Michael Christopher's up to trouble now. We've got him in turn 3 and 4, and it looks like, I believe that's the Danny Care Centers, conveniently located near you.
And yesterday, I was on Route 2, and I had to get off the highway on exit 18. And as you come off the exit in Colchester, the only thing you see is the Napa Auto Parts store. So they are conveniently located all across New England.
Here we go. 27, 13, and counting. Rocco on the outside of Todd Owen. Green flag is out. And Owen has a problem on the start, but it's not a good one.
Yellow comes out. False alarm. So Rocco got the jump. But
oh boy.
Todd Owen gets a reprieve, and we will do it over. Have a redo.
A redo it is, and Todd Owen, he knows the strategy. Todd Owen is a studier. He is no fool by any stretch of the imagination. So he knows the strategy of his fellow competitors, and he was perhaps very smart to do what he did. Because this time, I think it's going to stick, Matt.
And he is dead even with Rocco heading off the line. He's dead even heading into turn 2, and now Owen pulls away.
Todd Owen in command, down the back straightaway. Deep into turn number 3, off the turn. To the stripe they come. Todd Owen still in command.
A battle for second. Mike Christopher trying to get underneath Rocco.
Meanwhile, Glenn Reed, remember, the last Friday night, that car was a rocket, and it still has superpowers as it moves into the 4th position. Back to the stripe. Owen still in command. Out in front, still a side-by-side barn burner for second, Matt. And if Glenn Reed can get some space, Ted Christopher also in it. And look at Danny Cates. We haven't talked about him all year long.
And he has moved up into 7th place. So he is on a mission. Mike Christopher trying to tuck around Keith Rocco. That is almost impossible to do. And right now, Glenn Reed might have a fast car, but he is bottled up behind the double file battle with Mike Christopher and Keith Rocco.
That battle is, Reed was a little bit sideways that time. Ted Christopher runs in his tire tracks. Now Christopher looks to peek to the bottom of Reed. It's not going to happen there. Owen still in command. 9 laps and counting. Here comes Reed again. Takes a shot at going up high. That leaves the door open, Matt. Here comes Ted Christopher.
And he almost got underneath the 17 of Reed, was unsuccessful. Woody Pitcat is prowling around in the 50. And now Keith Rocco trying to get underneath Mike Christopher. There he is in turn number 3, extends it into turn number 4. A blur is Keith Rocco.
Keith Rocco almost was there, but this isn't horseshoes. Close just isn't good enough. Michael Christopher pulls back into second. 7 laps and counting. Todd Owen, like Superman, cape out, and he is at the front of the field, and he is pulling away. Meanwhile, single file the story, and no one is stepping out of line now, with 34 now complete.
And Glenn Reed still looking for a way to get underneath the combination of Rocco and Christopher. Also in the battle, Ted Christopher. Woody Pitcat now has lost a little ground between himself and Ted Christopher. And in 7th, that is Ronnie Williams. But still, the major of the parade is tenacious Todd Owen.
Todd Owen has worked so hard all season long. He visited Victory Lane on one occasion this season, and he said yesterday in the paddock, I think I have a race car that can win again here at Stafford. 4 circuits remaining, 2 miles left in the competition here. Still, that battle with Ted Christopher and Glenn Reed is very impressive for the 4th and 5th position. Meanwhile, the field is coming off the turn. 37 as they cross the stripe. This time, the countdown continues, Max.
Less than 3 laps left in the season. Todd Owen trying to corral the win. Ted Christopher moving in on Glenn Rain. That's a ferocious fight for 4th. Eric Byrne having a good run in 8th. But the spotlight is on Todd Owen.
2 circuits remaining, 1 mile left. Todd Owen has hit his marks every time. The field is starting to move in and tighten up. Owen down the back straightaway, turn number 3. Todd Owen has got to shake off Michael Christopher and Keith Rocco. The white flag is out, but there's no surrendering for Todd Owen in the lead.
Time running out for Mike Christopher Jr. Goes into turn number 2 in a hurry. But Todd Owen still on top of his game. 2 turns away from a victory.
Down into turn number 3. Todd Owen has worked so hard. He's done everything, helped his fellow competitors. Todd Owen has done it. He will win the fall final here at Stafford. Michael Christopher will finish in the runner-up spot because of a technicality. Put him in the winner's circle. But today, there is no question about it. Todd Owen and the Cooker Construction Gang and the group of competitors that Todd Owen has had through his lifetime of career racing are shining in the spotlight here in Napa Victory Lane here at the Stafford Motor Speedway.
And when they compile the highlight film of 2016, it'll be that 3-wide move. Rocco on the inside, Mike Christopher on the outside, and taking over the lead with Todd Owen. And this is our last call for banner bids. So Todd Owen is out of his car, and he is standing by with Joe Koss.
Todd Owen celebrating a Napa Fall Final victory. Todd, that 3-wide move on the front straightaway was remarkable, and then you powered by on those restarts. What was it like inside the wheels? You got the victory tonight.
This car was awesome all weekend. I mean, the heat race yesterday, the thing was just on rails. And the 3-wide move, I only heard it for a second, and when you're on the outside, you're in the wrong place, so you got to drive it in as hard as you can. But I don't even know what to say. First off, Mark and Lisa Roofer and the whole Roof family for waiting this thing out. I mean, race fans, they complain a lot about the racetracks, but today there's about 7 people in the stands, and they still wanted us to race, so people need to think about that sometimes. And I got to thank Joe Ham, his tranny. Well, I probably broke it last week, but he fixed it for me, and the thing was flawless. Ben Dodge from Start Finish Motorsports. Donnie from Rad Auto Machine came on. We teamed up this year, and that thing was awesome. Butch Shea for building me and him built a pretty good hot rod, so if it wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be able to do it. And just all my guys, Cooker Construction, they've been to every race for 20 years. They're not here tonight. They had to leave for vacation because of the rain out, so got to thank them. Barnes Pools, Tommy's Tattoo, Bob Debridge Construction, Boston Auto Body, and R&D Construction. They fed us all weekend, so we appreciate that.
Todd Owen, victorious in the SK Modified. Here tonight, he has won the Napa Fall Final. The man who came home in the 3rd place is Keith Rocco. Keith, that late race restart between you and Todd Owen, what went down on that one?
Yeah, you know, just we really didn't need that caution when we were second to him. We had a good car, and he was using up some racetrack, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess. But would have liked to battle it out to the end. I think it would have been pretty good, but once we got shuffled back to 3rd there, couldn't do nothing.
Keith Rocco came home 3rd tonight. The guy who finished in the 2nd spot, Michael Christopher, out in front a moment or two throughout the race. What would you that you needed to be able to get by Todd Owen there at the finish?
We didn't need that caution at the end. I know I got under Keith, and then the caution came out a lap later. So I know we didn't need that. We had a good long run car. We showed up yesterday because we got wrecked in the Legend car at the Nationals, and we decided to come here and do the heat race, and hopefully we start up front, and we did. And you know, that paid off, and I just got to thank everyone, my dad, my uncle, my whole crew, JJ, Tick Mike from Mosquito Free Organic Mosquito Control, Green Construction Management, my mom and dad especially, and Uncle Ted, Mohawk Northeast, Al Hankey, it's a great way to end the season under the lights.
And it's been a good season for Michael Christopher and this number 82 team. He'll end up 2016 as a runner-up in the final event of the year.
So that is our story for the SK Modifieds in 2016. And at the banquet at Meneely's Catering on November 18th, it'll be Rowan Pennick celebrating for the second year in a row. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to turn your... So the heroes heading into the final battle. And it is going to be something to see. It was a race at about 10 in the morning we never thought we would see. But we are about to see something. We direct your attention to the starter stand. Jerry Marquis getting ready in a moment to wave the green flag. So our Grand Marshal, Jerry Marquis, is about ready to go to work.
There's the yellow flag. Watch for those lights to be turned off on the safety vehicle at the point. You'll see Jerry Marquis step forward at another given point. Getting a little heat in the tires. Turn number 3, looks like we're going to go one additional lap just to make double sure. And there it is from Bob Slade. The hand in the air indicating one lap to go.
So here is the field. The next time they will cross the line, it will be for keeps. Jerry Marquis getting into position in the starter stand and getting into position behind the microphone. He has called more Whelen Modified Tour races than any other announcer. Ben Dodge.
Down the back straight away. This is what short track racing is all about. The men and women of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour set to do battle. A vital check of the gauges. A tightening of the belts. Look who's alongside. Take a look at the skies. With the grace of God and 600 horsepower, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fall final presented by Napa Auto Parts. Jerry Marquis is about to send them off and give them the green on turn number 4. We are racing here at Stafford.
And it is Kobe trying to beat everyone to the punch, and he does to take the early lead, but look at Bob Senor underneath.
Bob Senor dips to the inside. Bottom shot move. Kobe shakes him off like a dog who has fleas. Back to the stripe they come. It is still Kobe, the leader of the pack. Meanwhile, look at Woody Pitcat, Matt. He's already quickly moved up to the 4th spot. Silk is there, and so is Jimmy Belois.
And he is able to get by Silk. So Pitcat off to a fast start. So is Rowan Pennick. As Pennick is on the verge of getting underneath Bobby Santos. So the Red Baron is off to a fast start.
It certainly is as they continue to wind them up deep into turn number 2. They're doubled up at the bottom of the top 10. There's no question about it, and it appears that the action up front is just as intense. Monsignor seems to have enough power to reel him in. It's almost like a little cat and mouse game like you'd see in a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Donnie Leah, a strong third at this point of the race, and there is some distance between himself and Pitcat. Double file racing between Bobby Santos and Chase Dowling, and Dowling will win the spot.
He certainly will, and he's been very strong all season long. He turned some heads running at a full-body event earlier this season on the K&N Series. Look at Monsignor. He reels in on the back bumper of Kobe. Monsignor, bottom shot move. 4 laps into the record books. The swish takes place, and Monsignor moves to the front of the class.
Like soda out of a shaken can, Monsignor is in front, and third is Leah. Kobe, can he get that lead back? Remember, if Monsignor leads a lap, he is guaranteed of 1 bonus point.
Meanwhile, Jimmy Blewett is all over Ronnie Silk as he continues to tap to the back bumper and lets him know he's there. Woody Pitcat is just in front of him in a car that carries the Trump logo on the back as they're talking politics as we speak.
And look at Ron Silk go to work underneath the 85 as he tries to laser beam his way into the top 4. Pitcat holding his ground on the outside, but Silk is just too quick, and he scampers into the top 4.
He certainly does, as Ronnie Silk has moved into the 4th position. Meanwhile, a little further back, Max Zakum also coming forward. So is it Salamito and the number 44 car of Santos. 7 circuits now complete in this event for the Whelen Modified Tour. Leader of the pack, lead change has been 2 in 8 circuits, and it is still Monsignor, the leader of the pack.
As Pitcat has lost a couple of spots, one to Jimmy Blewett and one to Chase Dowling, as both got under the 85, and now Woody Pitcat goes back to the inside groove. The leader continues to be the 51 of Monsignor, but Kobe remains in handshaking distance.
Kobe literally tested the waters a bit, then all of a sudden that car developed what we would call a caffeine twitch. He gathered it back, and now he runs right there in the tire tracks of Justin Monsignor. Monsignor told us earlier today that he was going to get to the front as quick as he could, and he wanted to be the rabbit. And in this case, being chased by the dogs, and Doug Kobe was the big dog here at Stafford.
Best battle on the track is between Jimmy Blewett, the yellow and red number 4, and Chase Dowling, the black and white number 9 car. Dowling almost got underneath Blewett, but Blewett had that extra pizzazz. Here comes Dowling again, and he is making a serious bid against Blewett.
Dowling makes a bottom shot move. He almost made it stick, then fought twice of it. Then he swung the car to the outside, runs right on the back bumper of the Stafford race car. Back down in turn number 3. They're already coming up on lap traffic within 12 circuits into the event. Joe Koss is down on pit road. Joe, is this what you expected to see this early in the event?
Well, I think a lot of people expected to see Monsignor in the lead as we go to Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, Matt, Ben, one of the things that I can tell you is I stand out here on pit lane. I'm watching the race right now for the inside of turns 1 and 2. And although Justin Monsignor was able to get out in front there early on, he said, as you mentioned, Ben, that I'm going to be very aggressive in the final 3 races of the season. He's got today and Thompson to be able to show that aggressiveness. Doug Kobe did not take very kindly to it. Those couple of times where you saw Doug Kobe getting loose, getting down to the corner, that is because he drove it in so deep that it literally drove right into the back bumper of Justin Monsignor. He did that on 2 different occasions, and that car got completely unsettled. He's trying to rattle Justin Monsignor's cage. The problem is, from my conversation with Justin Monsignor, he likes knowing the fact that Doug Kobe is a little bit upset behind the wheel. That means he's getting under his skin, and that's something that many drivers over the past couple of years have not been able to do.
You know, Joe, one of the deal breakers in this event, I think, is going to be Chase Dowling. That number 9 car is flying, and he is making some very calculated moves. Have you been watching the 9 car come to the front of the field? 17 laps now complete, Matt, and we continue to click off the laps here at Stafford, as once again, Kobe is still working his magic.
And Donnie Leah has been in third for
because they are very focused. They're used to running the short track at Riverhead Raceway, so they know how to get the job done, and they continue to set a blistering pace in this 150-lap event. Things are starting to get strung out just a bit, but it is still good racing wherever you look throughout the field. Meanwhile, here comes a good challenge for the lead again, because Doug Colby seems to be playing cat and mouse here. He can reel him in, he'll come right up to him like you saw there, and then all of a sudden the car seems to loosen up just a bit back.
And that happened right there as he falters a bit off the pace, but he is still within striking distance of Justin Monsignor, and that is the way it's been for about the last 15 laps. They've opened up a huge gap between them and Donnie Leah. Then it's Silk, followed by Blewett in 5th, Dowling in 6th, Woody Pitcat in 7th, Panic in 8th, Santos in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Tim Solomito, and that's the first time we have mentioned his name in this race.
Well, Tim Solomito, he said that he was a little bit disappointed in his qualifying run, but he knew that Sly Saban would give him a race car that could go the distance. Trouble now, down through the center of the infield. Looks like the 33 of Wade Cole. He is in there, no harm, no foul, trying to bring it back out of the racetrack, and it looks like he's going to try to get it fired back up. And the caution flag, I think, yes it does, it is going to come out for Wade Cole with a 33. Lap number 23, first caution of the event. Let's check back in with Joe Koss on pit road. Joe, any news there? Unfortunately, still there. Go ahead, Joe.
Sorry, there have been the moisture, I think, is playing havoc with some of our electronics tonight. But basically, that 75-lap halfway break is going to be very, very interesting because it's going to give teams a little bit more time to dial in their race car. But one thing that is for sure, we see this up in New Hampshire, is that sometimes the teams don't like that halfway break because it gives them too much time to think about how to adjust their race cars. And a lot of times you'll see teams dial themselves completely out. So it definitely changes the dynamic of how the second half of the race will play out tonight.
Let's see what's going to happen, because we are about ready to get him fired back up. Off turn number 4, Bob Slade looks him over again. There is the green, and Bonsignor has a little bit extra. But the surprise on that restart is Ronnie Silk back. Silk has moved into the 3rd spot. He's not done yet, and we called it right. Look at car number 9 coming to the front with a vengeance. Chase Dowling started in 9th, and he is muscling his way on the outside.
And he is trying to get by Donnie Leah, and he is on the verge of doing that. Blewett is behind him. Rowan Panic has come to life, but the yellow has come out again. Situation in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
Melissa Fifield will bring out another caution, lap number 29. She spins to the bottom of the racetrack here, so we are in a holding pattern once again, and kind of ironic, that was just as the lead was swapped. He'll pick up at the rear of the field, and we should get ready to get him fired back up. 32 and counting in the Napa Auto Parts Fall Final from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
And it has been a Donnybrook so far between Justin Monsignor and Doug Colby. Remember, on the last restart, the man who took advantage of it was Ron Silk in car number 82. So we're going to have to focus in on that number 82 car, as the last time he was a stick of dynamite on the restart.
He certainly was. Let's see if that dynamite can be, well, ignited once again. All eyes on turn number 4. Here they come. Green is out, and Bonsignor right there, glued to the bottom. Colby is there. Here comes the 9, Chase Dowling. Dowling up to 3rd. Short-lived. Here comes Ronnie Silk. Here comes Showtime.
And a little caffeine twitch by Dowling. It takes him off the top 5.
Meanwhile, bottom of turn number 1. Crossover. Here comes Doug Colby back in command. Deuce is wild at the front of the field. Meanwhile, here comes Silk and Jimmy Blewett. Joe Koss called it right, Matt. He said Blewett likes this track, and he is going to be a contender. Trouble now to the outside. Donnie Leah, front suspension, will go awry.
And he is stranded on the track, and that right front tire is tilted in the wrong direction. So it's a little tilt-a-whirl action for Donnie Leah as he will crawl off this racing service.
And then there was another car that made contact down there. We're not sure we can see it from our vantage point.
Is on the right side of these race cars as well, right where the passenger seat would be. They are trying to crank the thing over. It almost seems as either it's getting no fuel to the engine or possibly it's got no spark. The two things that it's going to need right now. They're going to go ahead and take the air cleaner off the top of the machine. So that tends to make me believe they're looking at a fuel problem on this number 51 as they're going to go ahead and investigate this carburetor a little bit and see exactly why the fuel is not getting into the power plant. But oh, what a heartbreak for Bonsignor and this team to be able to sit here on pit lane, go a lap down in the middle of a championship chase while running second.
You know, let's talk about a little story. You know, Joe Ham, our welder here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, he had in his welding truck a 5-gallon can that said on it 2 gallons of gas. That's just for Doug Colby, because you remember the last time we were here, Doug Colby had a problem with fuel. Now, Joe Ham might be bringing that can down to Justin Bonsignor for a quick fuel up as well, because it could be another nightmare in the fuel department here at Stafford.
Well, one thing, the magic has turned tragic for Justin Bonsignor, and we are ready to start. It'll be lap number 41 when they hit the line, and Ron Silk will be the new guy in second place.
Bonsignor is out. Bonsignor makes it back out. Whatever the problem was, it is fixed. But look at the distance. 3 wide for the lead off turn 2.
And Kobe is able to handle Silk to the outside. He has to worry about Blue. Behind him, Blue it comes as he barnstorms his way into turn number 4. Kobe still has the lead.
Blewett was sideways coming off the 4th turn. Silk continues to be up on the wheel. High, wide, and handsome in turn number 2. Chase Dowling is still there. Down the back straightaway. Silk will move into second. Here comes Dowling. Here comes Rowan Pettit, the Red Baron. He's coming to the front. Salamito boys, 1-2 punch. They work their magic as well.
Sean in the 75. Timmy in the 16. And it is Sean getting by Rowan Pettit. So Sean
off the turn. Car that got out of shape was the Goodale machine. Completely sideways. Gathered it back. Here's the side-by-side battle. Salamito in the 16 car and Rowan Pennick in the number 3 car. Now throw a little Woody Pitcat into the mix.
It was the kill switch that broke in the 51 car, and that was a fatal blow for Bonsignor. What a battle between Timmy Salamito, Sean Salamito, Rowan Pennick, and also the 85 of Pitcat. Bobby Santos trying to catch up, and out in front impressively is Doug Kobe over Ron Silk.
Now take a look at this situation. Bonsignor is the only car 1 lap down on the racetrack currently as we speak. Remember, there was a problem with the ignition switch on the car. They quickly adjusted and overcame that, And remember, there is a caution in 30 laps, no matter what. That is going to be perhaps the big story here in this event, Matt.
And the hardest racing is between Sean Salamito, Rowan Pennick, and also Tim Salamito. Pitcat now, off the pace. Around goes Santos, turn 2. Bobby Santos in trouble.
There is the magic that Bonsignor was looking for, because that will give Bonsignor the lucky dog situation. I think you're right about that. On pit road, the 44 of Santos, that car literally got evil and literally snapped right around on him. Let's go to Joe Koss. What's going on in Team Santos, Joe? Can you see it from your vantage point? Santos does return. 50 now up on the board, Matt, and we're about to go back to green.
And Donnie Leo will rejoin his buddies at the rear of the field as we get ready to go to work. And this should be a pretty good exchange between Doug Colby, Ron Silk, and Jimmy Blewett.
Keep your eyes on Bonsignor. He's got a long way to go, but he has the speed and the magic and the determination to get the job done. Ronnie Silk, the upper lane. Jimmy Blewett on the bottom. The point of the arrow is Doug Colby. Colby back in command. Look at Blewett. The Steric machine is in the hunt on the inside lane. And the Steric race car gets a shot to the bumper. Colby was out of shape. Doug Kobe with a power punch.
A little give and take.
Yep.
Give him a shot and take over the spot. And Jimmy Blewett is out in front on lap number 53.
He is there, and that makes him the third leader of the event. Chase Dowling has been a superstar, but look at the Salamitos.
It's Timmy Salamito getting by Pennick.
And all of a sudden, that time, Pennick's car was sideways in turn number 4. Remember, we've got a break in lap 75.
We almost had a breakdown for Pennick, and he was able to stabilize his car. Matt Zackham trying to move up, but Woody Pitcat is right behind him.
Justin Bonsignor is coming forward. He's making his presence known now at the bottom of the top 15.
Trouble for Matt Swanson up against the wall in turn 1.
Swanson pulls away, but there is a second car, and that car will now pull away.
And nobody is giving him an inch. He's certainly going to have to earn every single bit of this race here tonight.
I agree with you 100%, and I think that's what it's all about. There are no friends when the green flag drops. There's no question about it till the checker comes out. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. Yep, they sure do. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. 59, remember, at 75, we're going to have that competition stop. So that is on the mind of a lot of the teams. And that information was released just before these competitors came out to run their features. So they didn't have a lot of time to think about those minute details. So it could be hit or miss for some.
Well, trying to hit a home run on this restart will be Jimmy Blewett on the inside of Kobe. As they come up to speed, Kobe looks tough on the outside.
Turn 2, down the back straightaway. Look at Kobe. Ronnie Silk pulls back into the third spot. Here comes Rowan Pettick. They're almost 3 wide. As Jimmy Blewett keeps digging in. Showtime. But will he be a match for Doug Kobe?
And a moment ago, a forearm shiver by Silk to Blewett, and it kind of took Silk's momentum away. Here comes Kobe, and Kobe is back in the penthouse, and Blewett recaptures the lead, and Kobe gets it back.
He certainly does. Blewett slipped up a little sideways, did a little bit of a shimmy shake right there. He continues to fight back, just doesn't know the meaning of fear as he continues. Caution flag is out. And it looks like the Heggie machine again, I think.
Same spot as the last time.
Yes. And it looks like, no, I think it's a 78 of,
Well, only in the fact that at this point, everybody has placed their bets. There is nothing more that you can do. Puts it in the hands of the drivers. The track conditions are what they are. The tires are what they are. Now it's just whether or not the driver can get the job done. And that makes everybody else here on pit lane at least sigh one sigh of relief, but they still know there's a lot of racing yet to go before we get to the checkered flag.
They sure do. Lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point inside of the front row. Doug Kobe, Jimmy Blewett outside. Row number 2, Silk Dowling. Row number 3, Timmy Salamito. Rowan Pennick. Row number 4, we haven't talked about Max Zackham much. And then the 75 Salamito car. Then it is Woody Pitcat making up that next row with the Dave Zapienza machine. Green flag is back out. We are racing here at Stafford.
And a bit of an advantage for Jimmy Blewett. Here comes Kobe as he muscles his way in front. Keep an eye on Ronnie Silk. Right now, he is the straw that stirs the drink.
Look at Jimmy Blewett. He just taps the back bumper of the number 2 car. Up the hill goes a race car that is the number 75 Eastport machine. Slightly off the pace now, but that's not the story for Timmy Salamito as he's worked his way into the top 5. Max Zackham is coming on strong. Chase Dowling is still standing tall in the upper groove with car number 9.
And look at Salamito underneath him in the white number 16 car. Salamito trying to rampage his way into the top 4. And it looks like Dowling is going to be able to hold him off as they enter turn 3. And here's a rush by Salamito.
There's no question about it. Timmy Salamito has a car that sticks like glue on the lower lane here. That car works its magic, moves into the 4th spot. Meanwhile, back towards the front, Ronnie Silk is all over Jimmy Blewett. As now and block and hold on to his position. Silk is letting him know he's there.
And let's see, when Silk goes to the bottom, he has to be careful because Salamito is right there with him. And now Salamito looking for some elbow
Look at
room.
Silk. Silk made a bid for it, Matt. Shut the door. They back up.
Boy, a little caffeine twitch for Salamito.
And Dowling comes on strong again in the upper groove. Monsignor heading forward, 12th position, 72 laps in.
And now Rowan Pennick has picked up the pace. Here comes Silk, as Silk has inside position underneath Fluid.
Silk pulls off a power play. Who's the tail that wags a dog there? It is Chase Dowling who moves on to the podium in the third spot. Timmy Salamito. Balloon looked like Superman a minute ago, and now he looks more like the Riddler as he drops back into position number 5.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what has gone wrong. Salamito is in fourth. He has picked up 10 positions, and now he is looking to go after Chase Dowling. And while they battle for second, there is a big, huge lead gashed open by Doug Kobe. As there is plenty of real estate between Kobe and Silk, and now things are getting interesting a little deeper in the field as Monsignor tries to make a move, and going sideways is Goodale, and that impedes the progress of Monsignor for the time being.
Think about what happened earlier. It was that very same car by Goodale who helped push Monsignor to pit road where he could fix the problem that he had. Now he works his magic and goes on by. Back up front, second, third, and fourth. Here's Dowling. Moves to the bottom. Inside shot. Chase Dowling has now moved up to second. Salamito. Whatever Dowling does, Salamito will try to do the same.
And he is going to be able to gangbuster his way by Silk. So Silk goes from second to fourth. And now in second, Chase Dowling. And he is going to try to chase down Doug Kobe. And right now, Kobe has a pretty substantial lead.
Keep your eyes on Monsignor. Wow, what a move he just pulled off. But put him into the top 10.
Got by Craig Watts.
Yes, is 10th. And he just didn't go by. He shot on by that.
Yeah, it looked like he was fired out of a harpoon gun. So a great move by Monsignor, and he still has plenty of time, 70 laps remaining. So Monsignor, time is on his side, but Doug Kobe isn't, as Kobe still is leading by about the length of Mount Everest over the man in second, Chase Dowling.
Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, it appears that Salamito is getting quicker on the clock as he continues to put that number 16 car right there in the back bumper of the Dunleavy's Chase Dowling's number 9 car that currently still sets in second. 81 laps complete. Melissa Fifield heads down on pit road. Mechanical problems is the story there. Back to the bottom of the top 10. Monsignor is running in the 10th spot, and he has closed up the gap. It was once, about 3 laps ago, about half a straightaway. It is down to less than 10 car lengths, and he is among the quickest cars on the racetrack.
Rowan Pennick exploded trying to dive bomb his way underneath Blewett. Got his car about halfway there, and then had to let up. So that was a pretty good attempt by Pennick, but Blewett was able to maintain his position. Pennick is going to try it again as they go to turn 3.
Meanwhile, Chase Dowling's clicking off the quickest laps of the event, 18.787. We'll look back at the Monsignor machine and see how he's running. He, on his last circuit by, was at 18.904. So you can see what's happening there. It's all coming into play, Matt. And look at Salamito continuing to try to work over Chase Dowling, who is currently the quickest car on the racetrack, even though Doug Kobe is the leader of the event. 85 and counting in the Napa Auto Parts, all final 150 from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Monsignor starting to crowd Eric Goodale in the fight for 9th place. Pennick was able to get by Blewett. So Blewett, after gaining the lead, he is kind of backpedaled and is now in 6th place.
Good racing further back in the field. Max Eckham continues to try to shake off Woody Pitcat. Now Monsignor has picked up and moved in on that next pack of cars. He is on the back bumper of Eric Gudeo. Monsignor, that's the bid for the 9th spot there. Inside shot, Monsignor moves into position number 9. And he isn't done yet. Woody Pitcat is his next target. Wow, Matt, did you see that move?
Yeah, and it didn't take him long to get underneath Goodale and made it look easy. So now Woody Pitcat is next on his hit list. A little bit of relief for Chase Dowling trying to pull away from Timmy Salamito. Silk is still in the fight, but the man who is creating the action right now is Justin Monsignor.
Justin Monsignor is really coming to the front of this class with a vengeance. He now sets his sights, works some magic. Woody Pitcat. Watch, the strongest point of the racetrack is turn 3. Monsignor, look at that. Not to the inside, to the outside, Matt. And that car sticks like glue.
Boy, that is a sign of a great car when it can make moves on the outside and the inside, as he fossilized Woody Pitcat that time to move into 8th place. Doug Coby, remember, if he leads the most laps, he will get another bonus point, regardless of whether or not he wins the race.
Certainly has, and Monsignor just clicked off a time on the last circuit by 18.978. How does that stack up? Well, Chase Dowling is in second with an 18.898, and Doug Coby's the leader with an 18.863.
But right now, the man
Salamito
Monsignor is most concerned about will be the 20 of Max Zakopin, and we'll see how long it takes him to get to the back bumper of the 20 car.
Well, he continues to run rampant in his quest to get to the front of this field. As now, he's moving in on the Max Zakum machine. Amazingly enough, Jimmy Blewett looked so strong before the competition stopped. And Joe Koss talked about it a little bit when he said that sometimes these stops don't work to the advantage of the players. And that might be the case with Jimmy Blewett.
And his crew chief, P.J. Furns, was very confident before the pit stop. But Blewett was a contender, and now he is lunging backwards. And Monsignor hasn't given up his quest to track down Max Zakum. At the front of the field, getting around Wade Cole, one of the slower cars, is Doug Coby. So Doug Coby knows if he can lead the most laps, he will get another bonus point. And sometimes the championships have been decided on bonus points.
Certainly has, and it looks like Monsignor is about to pull off that power move again into turn number 3 because he is reeled in on the Max Zakum race car. Watch down in turn number 3, Matt. That's where he seems to be the strongest. And every time he can close up by about a car length and a half on whoever is in front of him. That car is amazing.
And Zakum doesn't know where Monsignor will be coming from because he is strong outside and inside, and that has to make for a precarious situation for Max Zakum.
Certainly does. Zakum continues. Second place, Chase Dowling. Wade Cole becomes the pick car. It cost Salamito a little bit of rumble in his step. But once they get around the lapped automobile, they are approaching lap number 100. With 50 circuits, there's that move again, Matt. Monsignor just went around Max Zakum in turn number 3 like he was stopped. Now his next target becomes Jimmy Blewett. Now watch, Matt, how quickly he will reel in on Blewett. Off the pace, down the back straightaway. Looks like the Eric Goodale machine.
But what an impressive performance by Justin Monsignor as he has gone inside, outside, and now he's trying to corral that number 4 car of Blewett. Chase Dowling is pulled away temporarily from the 16 of Timmy Salamito. Dowling, this could be his best ever finish in the Whelen Modified Tour. In 4th is Silk, followed by Pennick. But everybody's watching Justin Monsignor and see if he can catch up to the Nerf bars steps of Jimmy Blewett.
Well, he certainly is gaining ever so slightly as he continues to close up that gap each and every time by. 102 circuits now complete here at Stafford. Doug Colby way out in front, and now Chase Dowling. Got a pretty good separation between him and Salamito. Ronnie Stilk is still setting in the 4th position, and then Rowan Pettit sets back in the 5th spot. 6th position is Blewett. 7th position is the number 51 of Justin Bonsignor as laps continue to tick away.
Now remember, everybody has the same amount of wear and tear on their tires, so it isn't the fact that Justin Bonsignor has fresher tires than anyone else. He is just everybody.
Certainly is, as he continues to close up the gap, and it's happening almost as quick as we can get the words out. But Doug Colby still is consistently out in front, turning the quickest laps of the event. Timmy Salamito was almost around Chase Dowling. Colby has a 2.5-second lead over Chase Dowling in second. 2.5 seconds. That's a pretty good margin, Matt. You'd have to say that.
Yeah, in time trials, sometimes a guy wins by 1,000th of a second. So a 2.5-second lead is a pretty huge luxury. And Justin Bonsignor, he got by Zakum pretty easily, but now he is having a tougher time in catching up to the 4 of Blewett. Dowling had a big advantage over Salamito. It is starting to dwindle.
43 circuits remaining here at Stafford. Colby way out in front, and Salamito is now closing up that gap again. But just as he seems to close it up, it appears that Dowling picks up the pace just a tiny bit, and then they continue to work their magic there. Now,
One thing, Salamito looks like he is very strong coming off of turn number 4. That's when he gets and closes. Let's see if the script is repeated this time around. And there he is again. He is pretty good in turn number 4. So Dowling has to be cognizant of that.
certainly does. There is 41 laps remaining in this event. Again, a little further back. In the 4th position is Ronnie Silk. 5th is Pennick. 6th position is Jimmy Blewett. 7th position, Bonsignor. 8th position, Max Zakum. 9th spot, Woody Pitcat. And in the 10th position, unofficially, is the number 75 machine. That, of course, for the other Salamito brother, Sean, currently rounding out the bottom of the top 10.
Here comes Blewett approaching the back bumper with the Rowan Pennick car. So we have 2 battles among the top 6 to pay attention to. One involves Dowling and Salamito for 2nd and 3rd, and then we have the fight for 5th and 6th between Pennick and Blewett.
They continue. Oh,
And there
look
is
at
Blewett.
that move. Oh, Blewett's in trouble. Jimmy Blewett goes around in a
Last
power
time going through turn 3.
So we have 34 laps to go.
Yes, we do.
And remember, waiting in the on-deck circle, we are going to have our legends out there. They want your support. So we hope everybody sticks around to watch our final feature race of the season, the U.S. Legends and Noah Corner. It's an important night for him because he is trying to win a track championship.
Okay, we're ready to do it now as the lights are off on the safety vehicle. Take a look at the front row. It is Doug Colby, Chase Dowling, row number 2, Timmy Salamito, Ronnie Silk, row number 3, Rowan Pennick, Justin Bonsignor, row number 4, Max Zakum, and Woody Pitcat. Here we go. Place your bets now in the high-stake game of poker called NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour Racing. To the stripe they come. Colby with the advantage. Salamito muscles his way to the bottom. Timmy Salamito up to 2nd. Here comes Rowan Pennick. He's side by side with Ronnie Silk in a battle for the 4th and 5th spots.
Pennick on the attack. Now he is going after Chase Dowling. Goes down low. Colby leading, but he knows he's going to have to deal with the torpedo, Timmy Salamito.
Off the turn. Deep into turn number 3. Another car moving forward is Matt Swanson, the rookie, with that number 89 car. He was involved in a jingle earlier, but now he seems to have things settled in as he's up on the wheel. 119 of 150 in the Napa Fall Final from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Listen, Monsignor still in the number 6 position as he is behind Ronnie Silk and in front of Max Zackham. Hit Cat looking a little rambunctious as he was looking for an alley underneath Zackham. Right now, the man that catches Doug Colby, as so often is the case at Stafford Speedway, but Salamito is in pretty good striking position.
Jimmy Blewett is also threading the needle through traffic rather impressively, but it still remains Doug Colby. Salamito still running about the same distance from Colby, but now when Colby needs to use that power mat, he just steps on the gas and he can pull away from Salamito. But in the turn, Salamito is just as quick. Santos, a roller coaster day for the 44, and it gets worse instead of better as the 44 now heads down on pit road.
Pretty good battle between Max Zackham and Woody Pitcat, the 20 and the 85. And now Jimmy Blewett behind Sean Salamito. He thunders his way down under the 75. Halfway there, Blewett on a mission.
Blewett continues to dive bomb to the inside. Manages to pull it off, picks up yet another position. I think Joe Koss and Matt Buckler called it right with Bonsignor, because since the last caution, he is not visually or as quick through timing and scoring as he has been before the caution. He's now kind of settled into the 6th spot. Dowling still trying to chase, being chased by Rowan Pennick. Pennick makes a bid for it down low. Thinks twice of it and pulls it back into line. 25 laps remaining back.
Pennick can be very patient at times. He is waiting for an opening underneath the 9 car. Jimmy Blewett going to the outside of Pitcat. Remember when Bonsignor made his way through traffic, he was going inside and outside, and Blewett is just on the same thing. This is the best he has looked since that lap number 64 competition stop.
Jimmy Blewett has moved into the 8th spot. His next target becomes Max Zackham, and then it's Justin Bonsignor in 6th. Silk is in 5th. Rowan Pennick for 4. Chase Dowling for 3. Timmy Salamito for 2nd. Doug Colby is your leader. Lap 128 when they cross the stripe.
So a good move by Jimmy Blewett. He bears watching, but the man who bears most of the attention is at number 2 of Colby. It is action-packed for 3rd and 4th. For a while there, Rowan Pennick was leaning on the back bumper of the 9 car of Dowling, and now Dowling has got a little bit of a cushion between himself and the 3. And it looks like Salamito might be gaining some ground on Colby in the last couple of laps. Colby would pull away, and now Salamito is trying to bring him back.
When they come back to the stripe, there will be 20 circuits remaining in this event. The dogfight battle seems to be a battle between Chase Dowling and Rowan Pennick, and that is for the last spot on the podium, which is 3rd. Pennick has a good car, which has what we refer to as forward bite. Goes right in the center of the apex of the turn. He steps on the gas, and his car seems to leap forward. Chase Dowling has run that car hard through the early laps of the event, and I think it's taking some of its toll in the handling department now, Matt.
As Pennick is on the back bumper like a license plate, trying to make a move against Dowling, but he can't get close enough to make the kind of move that he wants. Colby not easy straight at the front of the field, but Salamito is close enough to keep him honest.
Continues to do just that. Honesty, they say, is the best policy, and that's the way it looks. Meanwhile, Bonsignor continues to try to close up the gap on Ronnie Silk, but it isn't an easy mission. Previously, it looked different. That is not the way we see it now.
Instead, it looks like Blewett is closing the gap between himself and Bonsignor. Once again, things get heated between Dowling and Pennick. And Pennick making a move, but what about Salamito, Ben?
He is gaining as we look at timing and scoring. It's getting quicker and quicker for Salamito. If he saved anything, it's going to be shown now. Last time by, 18.949. The leader, Colby, 18.963. That means closing up the gap by 463. Okay, by 451 now. So he's getting quicker. Timmy Salamito is not done yet with Doug Colby.
So two guys are going for their 5th wins of the season. Doug Colby and Timmy Salamito. And right now, the brightest blip on the radar screen is the 16 of Salamito. So things are getting interesting as we hit the stretch drive of the Napa 150.
There's no question about it. Good racing still further back. All of a sudden, Bonsignor, he's really closed up the gap. Oh, trouble! Silk goes around. Silk goes around directly in front of Bonsignor. And that is going to bring out the caution, Matt. 41 up on the board of 150. Black flag has been given to the Sutcliffe machine, car number 78. It's being sent back down on pit road. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. This could be the deal breaker in tonight's Napa 150 from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Oh, the art of the deal.
Yes, sir.
I read that book. And who will have the art of the deal? Will it be Colby, Salamito, or somebody else?
Into turn number 3. Lights are off on the pace car. Here we go. Bobsled looks the field over. There's the green. Oh, Salamito did not get up to speed. And that puts Chase Dowling back in the hunt. And there's Bonsignor. He's right there. And throw a little Rowan Pennick and the Red Baron in the mix.
Baron Pennick on the outside, trying to get around Bonsignor, and Bonsignor is able to stay with Pennick for a while, and now Pennick has the upper hand.
Bonsignor moves to the bottom. He's looking to get up on the podium here, working his magic, and all of a sudden, here comes Jimmy Ballou at showtime. He's looking to move in. Final 7 circuits, Bonsignor tries the bottom shot move. Can't do it. Settles back in the line.
Salamito is closing in on Colby. There'll be 5 laps to go when they hit the stripe, and Salamito is giving Colby all he can handle.
Salamito got off to a tough start in the last restart, but he's made up the difference now. He is right there in striking distance. Same can be said for Bonsignor, who's chasing down Chase Dowling. But look at Salamito running into tire tracks of Doug Colby off the turn back to the stripe. 146 as the countdown continues.
As they roller coaster their way out of the corner, here is Salamito. Almost got underneath Colby. So that was a close call for Colby in turn number 2.
There he is, reels him back in. Looks for some daylight to the bottom. Can't do it. Pulls it right back into line. And now, Doug Colby still guards the spot. While that's happening, Bonsignor trying to power move. Bonsignor moves into 3rd.
And Blewett is right there too.
And Blewett clings and clangs with Bonsignor for the 3rd position.
And Blewett with inside position, but Bonsignor has a spot up at the front. Salamito running out of time. Turn number 4, getting closer. Colby still has a domination. 1 lap to go between Colby and Salamito.
1 circuit remains as they head down the back straightaway. It's not over with yet. 2 turns determine who is the champion. Doug Colby, hot on the action here, looking to quest and move into another title. Here he comes to the line. Colby will take down the win. Finishing in the runner-up spot will be Salamito. Rounding